ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाखया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरू श्रीयुतापत्कमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सागणरघुनाथान्वितं सतं सजीवम् साधवेतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सागणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोऽस्तु ते तप्त काञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य ईश्वरं गुरुवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकाय तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. Okay, yes Mataji, please share what was the homework.
The homework you had given was to find out the quotes from any of our scriptures saying that Krishna is the supreme master.
Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, huh? So the top
Yes.
guy, he's the top man. So yes Mataji, you want to say some verses? Say
Sure.
one and then we can take turns. And
Okay.
no, I hope everybody has done the homework. So no Googling or anything. So when we're doing these classes, the expectation is nobody's looking up anything. That's a baseline expectation from spiritual seekers. Okay, yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Mataji, I'll start the first one from the chapter we just read, the 5.29. That is my first verse.
Yes.
Bhoktaram yagna tapassam sarvaloka maheshwaram surtam sarvabhutanam gyatva mam santim rachati.
Very bold. Wow, very nice. Mataji is the smartest one. She took the best one. She took the most latest. That's perfect. This is great. Yes, so he says that I am the Sarvalok Maheshwaram. So that's where he's saying that he's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are so many. I don't know that we can have a whole class on that, but let's have a few more that everybody remembers that they have looked up in from before as part of homework or they know from before.
Should I
Once.
do should I do one?
Can it?
Sure. Yes.
Can I do one?
Yes. Go ahead and then Puja Mataji.
ईश्वर परम कृष्ण सच्चिदानंद विग्रह अनादिर आदिर गोविंद सर्व कारण कारणम.
Wow, that is amazing. That is the number one verse that's quoted in this regard. So whenever anybody asks you, you're doing book distribution, somebody says that you are saying Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead over and over again. I have read in your Bhagavad Gita. But I think so and so is. So how can you prove? So you say, I have the words of the Creator, Lord Brahma himself. He's the Creator, and he says that Ishvara Parama Krishna. First verse in Brahma Samhita, first thing he says is that, yeah, 5.1, he says. So first verse of the fifth chapter is the Brahma Samhita verses. So he says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam. Actually, each line says the same thing, basically. That he's Anadiradir. He has no end, no beginning. He's the origin of all demigods and all creation and everything. And Sarva Karana Karanam. He's the original cause of all causes. Okay. Very good. Perfect. Who else? Puja Mataji, yes.
Yeah, Mataji, I have this. Iti chansha kalapunsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Hridayanti Yuge Yuge.
Wow.
It's
It's like
Srimad
one better than
Bhagavatam.
the next. Yes, Mataji, please.
Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, Mataji.
Oh.
So what is that verse saying? Do you want to say paraphrase
Uh,
the translation?
Mataji, I don't know the holy, but I think it's emphasizing that Krishna is the only God or the supreme personality of the Godhead, and he comes a millennium after millennium, or uh, like that, Mataji.
Yes. So Krishna's tu Bhagwan Swayam. Ete Chamsha Kala Pumsam. Everybody else that you're talking about, all these other people, demigods, all these deities that you mention, all these Ishwaras or personalities that you think are the controllers, they are actually either incarnations or portions of plenary portions of Krishna. But Krishna is the Bhagwan Swayam, original personality of Godhead. And he comes whenever there is Indrari Vyakulam Lokam. Indrari, Indra plus Ari. Ari means, who knows what Ari means?
Killer.
Killer or enemy. Like Putanari, like Murari, like Kamsari. Putanari is another name of Krishna, or Kamsari is another name of Krishna, or Murari, killer of Mura demon or enemy of Mura demon. So when enemies of Indra are very much prevalent in this world, then Krishna comes. So, and you know what is the significance of this verse? This verse is the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. Paribhasha Sutra, each scripture has a Paribhasha Sutra. So this is the Paribhasha Sutra, meaning the defining verse, the definition, the verse that defines the whole Srimad Bhagavatam. So if somebody says, what is this verse, what is this Srimad Bhagavatam about? You're standing in front of the Srimad Bhagavatam poster. Hey, you can get the full set of Srimad Bhagavatam, and somebody asks you, what is this Srimad Bhagavatam about? So you can state this verse and say that this is the defining verse of Srimad Bhagavatam, which is basically saying that Krishna is the original supreme person, and this Bhagavatam is full of the leelas of that original person, original Bhagwan Krishna. So Bhagavatam is full of the leelas, the pastimes, the activities, the name, form, qualities, and activities of the Lord, of that Krishna, that is Bhagwan Swayam. So it is the Paribhasha Sutra of Srimad Bhagavatam. Hari Bol, very nice. These three verses that you just quoted. I think every next verse that you tell me, I'll tell you that's the best one. But these are all the topmost verses that are quoted when saying that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Okay, who can come up with more?
Mataji, I have a couple more.
Okay, let's see. I think Sakshi Mataji and Devansh Prabhu are sharing then.
Sure.
Yes, Mataji, 4.5.
Yes.
Shri Bhagwan Vacha Bahuni mi Vyatitani Janmani Tava Charjuna Tani Aham Veda Sarvani Natvam Veda Parantapa.
Hari Bol. What is that verse saying, Mataji?
So, Krishna is saying that we are there are many birds that we had, both you and me, and that we have passed, but I can remember all of them because I am the god and you cannot, is what he says to Arjuna.
Yes. Yes, that's perfect. So he's saying he's the supreme knower. He knows, he's the topmost knower, omniscient, right? Lord is all omniscient, we say, all knowing, all. So that verse is not quoted directly as claiming that he's a supreme person, but yeah, it is still in connection with the same kind of understanding that he's a supreme knower. But there are more direct verses to state that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, or everything comes from him. So, but
Yes,
wonderful.
Mataji.
Yeah, I like that. I like this verse a lot. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tav Arjuna. Aham sarva vetani natvam veta parantapa. Something like that. Yes, who
Yeah,
else?
it makes me a little sad sometimes when I read it, because I feel separated from Krishna. Like, can you imagine there is a lover and like almost like our one-sided love situation. Sometime in our day and time, we might have done one-sided love, and then that love might not have reciprocated, and we felt so bad. And imagine there is somebody who made us and he loves us, and especially he considers you as your father, and he's separated from you, and not just like this lifetime or a couple of years or something, but so many years and whatnot. And I look at in my bhakti, I look at him sometimes when I'm chanting, and I look at him and I feel like, really, so many years you have been separated from me, and I don't even like reciprocate fully. In those moments, actually connect me to him the deepest.
Wow. Yes, Mataji, very nice. Very deep realization. You know, yesterday, I think you heard the class. I saw you there. This point I forgot to mention, and you have that bhav. I don't think I have that bhav, but this is called Gopi bhav, where all the gopis were, in separation. Radharani, they were all in separation from Krishna for 100 years, right? He left Vrindavan, and they met him after 100 years. And I told you how they were maintaining their life because they did not want him to get distressed if they left their body. And what if he comes back? Because he had promised he would come back. So they maintained their life somehow or the other in the hopes. Asha Bandha, a devotee is always hopeful. But throughout, they never forgot. So when they were reunited, right, they relished that so much. Um, but we are also separated. We are also conditioned souls, the Baddha Jivas, we are also separated. But the difference between us and gopis is that we forgot. They got separated, but they never forgot. It's not like they moved on with their merry life. Okay, let's go on our merry way and have fun and out of sight, out of mind, right? Um, they did not forget. In fact, they could not forget so much that once somebody asked Radharani, "What did you dream about? What was your dream about Krishna?" It was taken for granted that everybody's dreaming about Krishna. What was your dream last night about Krishna? So Radharani said, "How can you talk about dreams? I cannot stop thinking about Krishna constantly. I cannot sleep because I'm thinking of Krishna. How can I dream about him? If one cannot sleep, how can they dream about him?" So
Hmm.
they never forgot him. But we are also separated. We are also separated from Krishna, but we forgot. So we have no intense desire to meet him again because we don't know about our relationship with him. We don't know who he is. We very conveniently, very casually, very carelessly forgot our relationship with him. And Bhagavad Gita is basically his reminders to us over and over again that I'm your best friend, I'm your well-wisher. With me, you should have the relationship, not with this world. And this was one realization I was having that I forgot this point yesterday. And the second realization I was having is that the world, the people of this world, they are so careless with your heart. They are so arrogant. They have such disdain and disregard for your feelings that you love them or you do things for them, but they do not care. They do not reciprocate. There is no appreciation. There is no reciprocation. Um, and Krishna, even though you forgot him, you separated from him, clearly you are the one being arrogant and disregarding him. Yet he joins you birth after birth. The super soul, Paramatma, accompanies the soul in the body birth after birth. Whether you take the body of a cockroach or a mouse or a tiger or a demigod or whatever body you take, he joins you birth after birth. He never gives up on you and keep sending you reminders through devotees, through scriptures, through through books, through so many ways. And yet we still keep on being arrogant, just like the people of this world. We have disdain, we have disregard for his feelings, and we don't want to reciprocate with him. We still don't want to, despite him calling over and over again, we don't want to engage with him, interact with him through holy names and through reading his books and all this. So I was having
Yeah.
realization.
In this, in those moments, I only wish कि for so many lifetimes, if I did not remember you, and finally I have received Krishna Bhakti or knowing you in this lifetime, then the only wish I have is to never forget you ever again. If you can do, and you are the reason of everything, then don't let me do this one thing, the forgetfulness of humans. Just take that away from me. Only
Very
make
good.
me remember you.
Very nice.
That, and then I don't know this poem. Is it by Adi Shankaracharya? Punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi jananam, punarapi maranam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam, punarapi janani jathare shayanam. इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे, इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे, कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारी, कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारी। भज गोविन्दं भज गोविन्दं गोविन्दं भज मूढमते।
Very bold. Yes, Mataji, that is by Adi Shankaracharya. It's called Bhaj Govindam.
Yes.
The most important verses you already sang so beautifully. Your voice is so beautiful, Mataji. You should sing more.
No,
The last
Mataji, it's your voice.
The last verse is the most important, significant verse where Adi Shankaracharya says, Bhaj Govindam, Govindam, Bhaj Moodmate, Nahi Smarnad Anyam Upayam, Nahi Pashyamo Bhavatarane. That other than by chanting of the holy names, I do not see any other upaya or any other way of crossing this Bhavsagar or this material ocean. Okay, so thank you
I
so much
sing
for
it
sharing.
every day. Every day I sing it, and every day I keep telling my mind these 4 verses, and it remembers me to chant again, sitting, sleeping, creating offenses, in any namaprad, in any situation, even if I don't have the mala, to remember him, chant, chant, chant.
Very nice. Yeah. Yes, ma'am. Okay, let's take more verses. We don't have too much time, so maybe 5 more minutes. But I think we can come up with 5 to 10 more verses very quickly. Yes, Namita Mataji, you want to share more?
Yeah, sure. I have a couple from 10.8 from Bhagavad Gita.
Mm.
Aham satya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitam.
I was looking for this. Perfect. So everything emanates from me. So that means he's the
Yes.
origin. He's the original supreme source. Perfect. Aham sarvasya prabhavo. What else, Mataji? You said you had 2 more?
Then all yeah then I think the 10.12, 13. I feel like that kind of goes with
I
that too.
love those.
Um,
Yes, please say that. That's spoken by Arjun. Wonderful.
yes. Arjuna
That is where
Vacha
Krishna
Param.
got that, Prabhupada got the term Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't think he got it from there, but I always feel that he got it from there. But please say those. Yes. Mm. Go ahead.
Arjuna Vacha Param Brahma Param Dhama Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Sashvatam Devyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rasaya Sarve Devarse Naradastata Asito Devalo Vyasa Swayam Cheva Bravisi
Mm.
Me.
Very nice. So, let's so let me tell you about these 2 verses that Mataji mentioned. So Mataji mentioned 10.8, okay? So this is very significant 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita. They are famously called Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita. Chatur Shloki Bhagavad Gita means the 4 verses that give a sense or conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Let me share on my screen. So these 4 verses of Bhagavad Gita, 8, 9, 10, and 11, whoever does not know them, we should start memorizing them. So Mataji quoted the first verse where he says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo matta sarvam pravartate. I am the source of all creation, spiritual, material, everything. And everything, matta sarvam pravartate. Everything emanates from me. Okay? So that's why you should worship me. Because I am the origin, I'm the source, I'm the supreme. When he says these four verses, the Chaturshloki Bhagavad Gita, then Arjun has this moment, which now the Mataji mentioned this as the second verse. Arjun has this very profound moment of realization, very deep realization, that, that eureka moment, that aha type of moment, that, oh, you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought you were my friend. I thought you were some king of this Vrishni dynasty or some Vaishya dynasty or Yadav Pati or something. I thought you were a cowherd man. I don't know what I was thinking. But you are not none of those things. You are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So he said, Param Brahm. You are Supreme Brahm. Okay, Supreme Brahm means supremely divine. So, transcendental person. Param Dham, you are the supreme abode. Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. Bhavan means aap. Until, now Arjun would speak very casually to Krishna, but now he has come to Bhavan like aap, not tu, but not tum, but aap. Bhavan is the equivalent of aap. You are the most pavitra, most auspicious, supreme person. Purusham. You are the person, okay? You're not just some impersonal light. You are the Purusham. Shashwatam Divyam. And eternal person. Adi Devam. You are the Adi Dev. So every line he's saying you are the supreme person. Ajam. Ajam means something that has no birth. Remember Aja. Aja means something that is not ja, that is not born, that is unborn. So Ajam. You are the only one that's Ajam actually. And everybody used to say this, Arjun says. Arjun even gives reference to this. Not Arjun said, all the rishi, ahustvam rishaya sarve, all the rishis used to say this. Who? Dev Rishi Narad has told me this before. Asit Rishi has told me this. Devala has said that. Vyas has said that. So he quoted four rishis. Narad, Asit, Devla, and Vyasa, all these great sages, learned saints have told me this truth about you, that you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But today I've heard it from you. Swayam Chaiva Bravishi me. Bravishi means you're speaking. Today, Swayam, you are speaking this to me. So you're saying this yourself to me now. So this is the verse that Mataji quoted. Very, very beautiful verse. Chatushloki, and then the realization of Arjun that follows right after that in two verses. Wonderful. I love those, Mataji. Amazing. I was waiting for them. What else?
And then I have one from Chaitanya Charitamrita Adi Leela 5.142.
Yes.
Mataji, I don't know how to sing this, but I'll try. Ekale Ishvara Krishna Arasabha Vritya
Ar
Yare
Sababrit.
Yeshchen
Hmm.
Arasabha Vritya Yare Yeshche Nachaya Se Teche Kare Nritya.
Yeah.
Like he's saying he's the supreme controller and everybody is his servants. They dance as he makes them to do. He makes us dance. So
Yeah. It's like this. Ekala Ishvara Krishna. No, sorry. एकले ईश्वरा कृष्णा आर सबृत्या जारे जैचे नचाया सै ताइचे करे नृत्या. So only Krishna is the Ishwar. Our sub-bhritya. All others are servants. Bhritya means servants. Jare jaiche nachaya. However he wants them to dance. Ta say taiche kare nritya. That's how they will dance. So all these other people that you speak of, they will dance according to his will. Okay, perfect. Let's take from somebody. Let's have Nagarjan Prabhu share one. Something from Bhagavad Gita, close at hand. Something simple. I'm looking for uh, at least one very
I,
significant verse that's missing
I
still.
have one from Brahma Samhita, Mataji,
Okay,
if you
yes, Mataji, go ahead.
allow.
Yes.
Chintamani prakara sadmashu kalpavriksha
Mataji, can I pick your tune for this
lakshamriteshu.
so that you can sing it in the
Yes,
best
Mataji,
way?
please. Yes.
Chintamani Sudham Suprak. Hold on, let me pull up the verse. I'm forgetting the lyrics. Sudham Sukalpa Vriksha. I want to sing it exactly, so let me open. What is the number for this verse? Brahma Samhita 5 point?
5.29.
Okay, I got it. So Brahma Samhita, actually every verse ends with Govindam Adi Purusham. So any verse you can quote, okay?
Ji
Because
Mataji.
every verse ends with Govindam Adi Purusham. But the verses are sung like this. Chintamani prakara sadma sukalpa vriksha laksha vriteshu. Here.
Surbir
Laksha vriteshu.
abhipale.
Surbir
Surbir
abhipalayantam.
abhipalayantam.
Lakshmi
Lakshmi
Sahasrashata
Sahasrasata
Sambrama
Sambrama
Sevyamanam
Sevyamanam
Govindamadi
Govindam
Purusham
Adipurusham
Tamham
Tam Aham
Bhajami.
Bhajami.
So even Ishvara Parama Krishna is sung like that. Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda
Govinda.
Sarvakarana Karanam. Like that. So yes, Mataji, this can be used. Many of the Brahma Samhita verses can be used because they end with this, where Brahmaji glorifies other things and then he comes to the point. But you are the Adi Purush. So yeah, you want to share something from this verse, Mataji?
Mataji, in this, the Brahmaji is saying that I worship the God who is the primeval God and who is yielding all desires, and he lives in a boat that is built with the spiritual gems and surrounded by millions of purpose trees and like very reverently and very affectionately served by millions of Lakshmis and Gopis that surrounds them.
Very cool. Yeah, so this verse is more quoted in glorification of Lord's abode, that the Lord's abode is full of chintamani jewels, okay? Kalpa vriksha trees means wish fulfilling trees, desire fulfilling trees, right? Like we say, vancha kalptarubhyascha, the devotees are the kalp vriksha, vancha, they're kalptaru, they fulfill all the desires, vancha kalptaru. So similarly, kalp vrikshas, desire fulfilling trees. Similarly, it's full of um, lakhs of Surbhi cows, okay, and millions of Lakshmijis are serving this Lord. To that Supreme Lord, who is the original personality of Godhead, I pay my obeisances. But yeah, all the many of the Brahma Samhita verses. What else? But these are amazing. One or two more. I'm looking for I mean, even in Bhagavad Gita, there are so many where Krishna says that I'm the grandfather, I'm the father of all living beings, all this, like Sarvyonishu Kaunteya Murtha Sambhavantiya, that one. Aham Bij Pradapita, he says, I'm the seed giving father. They're little bit indirect. Um, Nagachand Prabhu is, or Navya. Navya, is that Navya on the call? And Nagarjuna Prabhu, you want to quote quickly before we move on? Then we have to do chapter 15 quickly. Okay, I'll give
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Yes,
A lot of good ones are taken already,
I can give you hint
but
if you want, but if something comes to mind, please.
Mamevaamsha Jivaloke, I was thinking.
This is the one I was quoting.
Mamevaamsha Jivaloke, Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, Manasashtani Indrani, Prakriti Sthani Karshati. Then there is 10th chapter, there is that one, everything is but a spark of mine,
Yeah, sure.
that all my opulence.
Well, something more
And
direct.
then,
Mameva Mamshu
um,
Loko was more
mhm.
uh, direct. And
Matta Parataram Nanya
yes,
Kinchitasti
that's the
Dhananjaya
one I was looking for. Go ahead, please. 7.7.
Vani. Matta Parataram Nanya Kinchit
The
Asti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvamidam Lokam
Protam.
Sutre Mani Ganaiva.
We had a full class on
Matta
this.
Parataram
One time we had a
Matta
full class on
Parataram
this verse.
Nanya Asti Dhananjaya Mai Sarvam Idam Protam Sutre Mani Ganaiva. Yes.
7.7. So matta partaram nanyat. Nobody is superior than me. Clearly says matta partaram nanyat. Nobody is above me, beyond me. Nobody is superior than me. Kinchid asti dhananjaya. Who is there? Who is there that is above me or beyond me? Nobody. Mai sarvam idam protam. Everything is situated on me. Sutre mani ganaiva. As if the pearls are situated on the thread. So on the string. So we did a class about the pearl necklace. So we are all the pearls in on that string, and the string that goes through all of us is Krishna. So we are all strung on that like pearls. And we were talking about separation from Krishna. Krishna feels the separation because we are his pearl necklace. And even if a single pearl is missing from that necklace, Krishna wants that pearl back. So Krishna is very intensely calling us back to Godhead because he does not like if any of his jivas are missing from his abode. They have no business being here in this material world. So many of them are missing, lost in this material world, struggling very hard for their existence for no reason. When they have such a such an unlimitedly opulent, rich father, and which suffering for no reason. So he wants them all back. So the Bhagavad Gita is a call, is a love letter. It's a call over and over again to come back to him because we don't need to be here. Okay, so thank you so much for doing this homework, and Namita Mataji, Sakshi Mataji, Pooja Mataji, thank you for looking into these verses and bringing out some beautiful gems. I hope that enhances your love for Krishna, your understanding of him. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are many more. But anyways, let's go to chapter 15. So I was thinking, let's just read take turns to read maybe 5 translations each, and we will just spend few minutes summarizing them, and this way we cover the whole chapter. So let's start with somebody who wants to read the first 5 translations.
I can do it, Mataji.
Yes.
Krishna. Arjuna said, "O Krishna, first of all, you asked me to renounce work, and then again you recommend work with devotion. Now, will you kindly tell me definitely which of two is more beneficial?" Text 2. Personality of Godhead replied, "The renunciation of work and work in devotion are both good for liberation, but out of the two, work in devotional service is better than renunciation of work." 3. One who neither hates nor desires the fruits of his activities is known to be always renounced. Such a person, free from dualities, easily overcomes material bondage and is completely liberated, O mighty armed Arjuna. 4. Only the ignorant speak of devotional service, Karma Yoga, as being different from the analytical study of the material world, Sankhya. Those who are actually learned say that he who applies himself well to one of these paths achieves the results of both. 5. One who knows that the position reached by means of analytical study can also be attained by devotional service, and who therefore sees analytical study and devotional service to be on the same level, see things as they are. Hare Krishna.
Okay, let's just summarize these. So this is called action in Krishna consciousness or karma yoga, basically working with detachment. Karma in the karma or action with detachment. That's called nishkam karma with renunciation. So Arjun got confused at the end of 4th chapter because chapter 4 was about transcendental knowledge, about divine knowledge, and he thought that knowledge is the primary goal of one's life. So since Krishna was paying so much stress to the knowledge or to the intelligence, to the buddhi yoga, Arjun thought that maybe one should just dedicate their life to earning knowledge, to the study of Vedas, and Gyan Marg or Sankhya Marg, that kind of marg will be more appropriate than engaging in work. So he asked the same thing that he asked in the beginning of 3rd chapter. What is better then? Is it engaging, is it renouncing the work or working with devotion? Working with devotion means working with renunciation or with service attitude, working with the feeling of, with the spirit of tyag, okay? So is renouncing the work better or renunciation or working with renunciation? Which one is better? So Krishna very clearly answers directly in the next verse that actually both are the path for liberation, both are followed by people, but working in devotional service, meaning working with renunciation or in spirit of service, in spirit of tyag, is better than just renouncing the work. Okay. So very clearly he gave this, that both are good, right? But this is better. Working with renunciation is better. Okay. So working with the feeling of detachment from the results, that is better. So such a person actually is better engaged, right? Because he's working. So his intelligence, his mind, his senses, his body is engaged in work, but yet he's detached from the fruits of his activities. So in this way, he's in a very good position because he does not get entangled. He does not get any reactions, and he's free from all dualities. Whatever good or bad comes as the result of his actions, he takes it all in the stride. He knows that that's part of action, that something good or something bad will happen. So he's free. He's very detached when good or bad happens. He does not get puffed up when good happens as a result of activities, does not get morose or depressed when something negative comes out. So in this way, he's actually very much peaceful, very free from dualities. And then Krishna says that such a person actually is knowledgeable also. So he has knowledge of Sankhya Yoga. So it's not like these two paths that you're. What Arjun is doing is he's trying to separate the two paths as if Gyan and Karma are completely two separate paths. Krishna is saying in order to engage in Karma Yoga, in Nishkam Karma, one actually needs to have some gyan, some knowledge. Otherwise, one should have this knowledge of Sankhya. One should know what is one's identity, who the soul is, who the God is, what is the purpose of life, what is the purpose of this world. Only then you can engage in Karma Yoga very properly. Otherwise, how can one become fixed up in Karma Yoga? How can one detach themselves from the results? How can one renounce the results if they don't know, if they don't have the knowledge? So, knowledge is actually very important in performing Karma Yoga. So, don't completely separate them. It's not, they go hand in hand, okay? They go together. So, this person actually achieves the results of both because he's in order, like right now, we are working, we are professionals. So, or we are contributing in our home or in society or on various levels. But we want to do all those activities in a detached way. So we have to stay knowledgeable of our identity. So that's why we keep reading Bhagavad Gita. We keep reminding ourselves about our relationship with Krishna. We keep reminding ourselves that this world is not my place, that I am servant of Krishna. So knowledge is a inherent part of able to perform Karma Yoga. Otherwise, without knowledge, one cannot do Karma Yoga. So this is what he said so far. So he said Karma
Mataji,
Yoga, or yes, Mataji.
Shikaltai said this verse, not a verse, but a sentence that might also explain uh, how Gyan yogis and Karma yogis or yoga go hand in hand. She said, knowledge without religion is just a
Mataji,
sentiment.
Prabhupada said this. This is Prabhupada's
Yes, I
very,
mean,
very
like,
famous statement. Yeah, go
yes,
ahead. Hmm.
uh, it came from her to me uh, through him. But yes, she said ki knowledge without religion is just philosophy, and religion without knowledge is sentiment, is what she said.
Hmm.
That's how I understood this concept.
So the correct, perfectly, the way Prabhupada said it, it's repeated in many purports. It goes like this. So knowledge without sentiments, or you can say knowledge without religion is dry speculation. Okay.
Hmm.
And sentiments without knowledge is fanaticism. Okay. So people that have just sentiments but no knowledge, like terrorists, for example, right?
Hmm.
Um, the, s- I don't know if that will go in this context, but yes, that has its own relevance. That statement has its relevance in a
Hmm.
way that um, I don't know how to explain it. It's a subtle understanding that statement basically means that when we do something, you're right. Why we are doing something is important. But Karma Yoga is not about sentiments. So that's why I don't want to bring that word here. But when we do, let's say, a ritual, um, let's take an example of terrorists. They have sentiments, but they have no knowledge of why they are doing it, right? So they are just operating from emotions, very blind emotions, very blind sentiments, but not having the perfect knowledge of scriptures. They don't have philosophical knowledge. Philosophical knowledge is very important. If they don't have philosophical knowledge and just sentiments, you are fanatic. You become a fanatic. Okay. Um, like for example, we were talking when you before you joined, we were talking about whether we should enter a temple when periods are going on, this kind of thing. So if you just take this ritual without understanding the philosophy why we are doing that, then it becomes a phonetic statement, and people phonetically start imposing rules on others just sentimentally without understanding why something is being done. And when
Yeah.
you have just knowledge, like these scholars, right? There are many learned scholars, but they do not have any love for the Lord in their heart. So they don't have any, they don't engage in any kind of devotional practices or ritualistic, even not ritualistic, but like any kind of activities to show their love for the Lord, like going to the temple, going to the dham, engaging in some practical services. So then their knowledge is just on the mental platform and it is called dry speculation. That's why Prabhupada wanted us to do both, okay, to acquire knowledge, but also remember bhakti, or our sentiments are supported by our philosophy. So nobody should think that I'm just going to chant the holy, just going to sit and chant the holy names, but I'm not going to read scriptures or attend classes. एक ही बात बार बार बोलते हैं, same thing, right? Same thing over and over again. I have already heard these stories. A lot of people come, oh, I knew the stories you told me, or nothing new here. Yeah, but it's not about the stories. It's not about that. That's not why you come to hear. It's not to further support your ego that you come to hear. Um, you hear, you read to constantly be able to chant. Your chanting is improved by your reading and hearing. So if you don't have a practice of reading and hearing from devotees, then your chanting will actually become very will come to a standstill. There will be no taste in it because you don't know why we are doing it. What are the words of Krishna? What are the activities of Krishna? You don't have any sentiments to infuse into your chanting. So knowledge and sentiments both go hand in hand, is what Prabhupada is saying in that statement. So yeah, you can use that here to some extent. A lot of times we use that statement in a little bit different context. But yeah, thank you for bringing that up. That's a very famous statement. Any
Thank
other?
you for explaining.
Yeah, whenever somebody says why we have to do, why can we not just, or somebody can say, why can't I just keep reading and hearing? Why do I have to go to the temple? Why do I have to do services? Why I have to light a lamp or light an incense? So it can go both ways. Then you can say that's just dry knowledge. You have to have some tangible services, some loving practices, some loving um, practices with the devotees and with the Lord, like that. Let's read next 5. Who wants to read?
Hare Krishna, I can read.
Yes.
Text 6. Merely renouncing all activities, yet not engaging in the devotional service of the Lord, cannot make one happy. But a thoughtful person engaged in devotional service can achieve the supreme without delay. Text 7. One who works in devotion, who is a pure soul, and who controls his mind and senses, is dear to everyone, and everyone is dear to him. Though always working, such a man is never entangled. Text 8 and 9. A person in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping, and breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving, or opening or closing his eyes, he always knows that only the material senses are engaged with their objects and that he is aloof from them. Text 10. One who performs his duty without attachment, surrendering the results unto the Supreme Lord, is unaffected by sinful action, as the lotus leaf is untouched by water. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So Krishna, first of all, mentioned that renouncing the activities or work is not the best. Working with renunciation is best, is better. Then he's saying that actually learned people understand there is no difference because you need to know, you need to have some knowledge, some intelligence. That's when you'll be able to engage in karma yoga. Then he says, furthermore, when you just renounce your activities but not engaging in devotional service cannot make you happy. Okay. So this verse was very significant because Krishna says that that path is actually just renouncing the activities is actually very tedious path. It takes a lot of effort. It's a dry path. There is no relationship there. There is no sentiments there. There is no service there. So it's very difficult to sustain on that path. So a lot of people fall down actually when they just renounce their activities. But by working with renunciation, working in devotional service, one can achieve the supreme without delay. So then, very quickly, Chirena adi gachati, something like that Krishna says in this verse, that very quickly you will achieve me. So then he says that such a person understands. Now here starts the concept of doership. Okay, very important and sometimes difficult for people to understand that the soul is actually not doing anything. Soul is just trapped in the body, and it's the body that is doing things. Body has the demands like senses, mind, intelligence. They are the components of the body, and they are posing various demands on the soul and making and engaging soul in various activities. So the soul is basically acting according to the swabhav acquired by the body. Whatever the mode, three out of the three modes, whatever mode is controlling the body, accordingly the soul is acting. So soul is has become a slave to the body. But learned person should know that the soul needs to stay aloof from them. They should not engage with too much with the senses or the sense objects. Body wants to engage with this world. Senses, mind, intelligence want a lot of activities in this world. But the soul should know that it is not this body and should stay aloof from the bodily demands or from the engagements with the world. So this is the position that the learned man understands. So the analogy Krishna gives is such a man will live like a lotus leaf untouched by water. So the muddy water in which the lotus grows, that muddy water cannot touch the lotus leaf because leaf has a covering on it by which it protects itself. So the water just rolls off the petal of the lotus. So similarly, a detached personality, a detached, learned, wise man will be unaffected by any reactions in this world because he will act in a very smart way. So we talked about the smart work or the art of smart work, art of working in this world. True art of working is working in such a way that one stays detached from the results so that one does not get any reactions, as if lotus leaf untouched by water. Then the concept of the doership continues. So more verses about doership. If you want, we can linger on this concept for a little bit. Who wants to read the next 5 verses? Namita Mataji, want to read? Or who has not read yet?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
May I read?
Namita
Can I read?
Mataji is reading this one, then you can read the next 5.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
The yogis abandoning attachment act with body, mind, intelligence, and even with the senses only for the purpose of purification. 12. The steadily devoted soul attains unadulterated peace because he offers the result of all activities to me. Whereas a person who is not in union with the divine, who is greedy for the fruits of his labor, becomes entangled. 13. When the embodied living being controls his nature and mentally renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates, which is the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done. The embodied spirit master of the city of his body does not create activities, nor does he induce people to act, nor does he create the fruits of action. All this is enacted by the modes of material nature.
One more.
Nor does the Supreme Lord assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. Embodied beings, however, are bewildered because of the ignorance which covers their real knowledge.
Okay, so these 5 verses are somewhat technical. where Krishna says, so the yogi, so simple understanding is yogi understands that he's not this body, mind, intelligence, or senses. So he just uses them in the service, right? He engages them only for his purification. So he gets purified by them, not contaminated by them. Other people are getting contaminated by them. They're getting entangled, they're getting reactions, they are generating more desires, more activities in this world. But the yogi person is using these things in his service, in the service of the Lord. He is purifying himself with these, by service through these things, and he's getting liberated. Okay, he's not getting entangled, he's not getting any reactions. So such a person will quickly, he's in union with divine. He's not greedy for the fruits of labor. He does not become entangled. He attains unadulterated peace. I think this part is understandable. Then this is the part 13, 14, 15, where Krishna says that the soul, the conditioned soul will be controlled by the swabhav or by the nature, right? By the body. But the yogi person is not controlled by this swabhav, okay? He will mentally renounce all the actions and he will reside in this body or the city of nine gates very happily, neither working nor causing work to be done. So he knows he is not the doer, okay? He knows he's not the doer. Whatever activities are being done by the influence of the body, okay? By the swabhav that the body has acquired. And whatever activities are being done, they are not completely done by the soul. Soul is just desiring. And who is facilitating that action? The action is being facilitated by the, who can say? Can somebody say who is facilitating the action? I have a desire based on my swabhav. I got a body. Okay, I got this female body, let's say.
Prakriti.
Yes. So
Prakriti.
yes, perfect. Prakriti. I got a female body. Now I have the desire to maintain, to beautify this body. So I go and get some um haircut done. Some beautiful haircut done. That's trendy right now. So that's the desire that came to me because of the swabhav I got from this female body. I have this desire. Now, I got this desire. So Jiva desires. Now, Prakriti will facilitate. You are right. But before Prakriti facilitates, somebody will sanction that desire. Who will sanction?
Paramatma.
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 Paramatma will sanction. So I have this desire. Now, based on my previous karmic reactions, whether I deserve to get that haircut or not, Paramatma will sanction it. Okay. Maybe I have the enough credit, I will get the sanction. So Paramatma will check off on this. Yes, you can do this activity. So so Paramatma will sanction. Then Prakriti will facilitate. Okay. Prakriti will make arrangements so I can get this done. So I will find the proper um, salon and proper stylist to get this done. But if Paramatma did not sanction, haircut is a constant struggle with me. So I think this example came to me naturally. Please use this in your own setting. I can never find a proper stylist. So this is every time I try to contact, nobody's available. So Paramatma is not sanctioning this. But if Paramatma uh, did not sanction, then Prakriti will not facilitate. Something or the other will happen. The salon will close. You will get sick that day. You will have to work that day. Whatever, something will happen. So Prakriti will not facilitate. So like that, there are three doers. It's not just one doer. There are three doers. Okay, there is a Jiva that desires. There is Paramatma that will sanction based on your credits, based on your intentions, your credits, accumulated credits, and then Prakriti will facilitate accordingly. So learned person understands that I'm not the doer. So if something good happens, I do not need to take credit for everything. If something bad happens, negative happens, or something did not get done properly, 100% to our desire, then that's because Paramatma did not sanction. So we don't need to get very morose about it. It was Lord's desire. So in this way, the learned person will live within the city of these body. He knows that he is not the one creating activities and he does not induce people to act. He's not the one creating the fruits of action. So basically all this is enacted by the modes of material nature. Whatever swabhav, whatever body we got, based on our previous desires, based on our previous actions, we got a body, and based on that, we are now bound by this body. We are having certain desires, and based on those desires, we are acting in this world, and those some of those actions are being sanctioned, some of those are not being sanctioned, like that. But then Krishna says that Supreme Lord does not assume anyone's sinful or pious activities. But if you still do something sinful, you will be the one that will get sinful results. If you do something pious, you will be the one that gets pious results. Okay. Because you are the one that is initiating this chain of action. You are the one that is desiring to begin with. You are the one that is not detached from this body. So that's why work from detached platform. Because if you work from bodily platform, then you will do something sinful or pious and you will get some reactions. And Paramatma is not responsible for those. So you cannot say that Paramatma sanctioned it. I had the desire, but why should maybe Paramatma should have rejected it? I wanted to murder someone. Hmm? But Paramatma could have rejected that. He should not have sanctioned it. So Paramatma is to be blamed. No, you are the one who desired it, and Paramatma sanctions based on your previous desires, previous actions, previous credits. Helplessly, he would just sanction something. It does not, it's the law of the material nature that it will get sanctioned. So you're not so you are the one still responsible for something sinful that happens. Your problem is that you should not have worked from bodily platform. You should stay detached from the bodily platform. Otherwise, working from bodily attachments by your swabhav, you will tend to do sinful or pious things. This is the doership concept. Okay, let's read next 5. Can somebody read?
Can I read?
Yes, please.
Text 16. When, however, one is enlightened with the knowledge by which science is destroyed, then his knowledge reveals everything, as the sun lights up everything in the daytime. Text 17. When one's intelligence, mind, faith, and views are all fixed in the Supreme, then one becomes fully cleansed of misgivings through complete knowledge and thus proceeds straight on the path of liberation. Text 16. The humble sages, by virtue of true knowledge, see with equal vision is a learned and gentle Brahman, a cow, an elephant, a dog, and a dog-eater outcast. Text 19. Those whose minds are established in sameness and equanimity have already conquered the conditions of birth and death. They are flawless, like Brahman, and thus they are already situated in Brahman. Text 20. A person who neither rejoices upon achieving something pleasant nor laments upon obtaining something unpleasant, who is self-intelligent, who is unbewildered, and who knows the science of God is already situated in transcendence. Haribol.
Okay, so this is the characteristics of a learned person. So Krishna says, so when you have all this knowledge that you are not the doer, that you should stay detached, that the activities are because of the swabhav, because of the body, because of the 3 modes, when you understand all this knowledge, then all the ignorance is destroyed and knowledge is revealed. Okay. So such a person will then be able to fix himself in karma yoga. His intelligence, his mind, everything is fixed in supreme. So he can start working towards liberation because he's detached. So he will have equal vision. We learned this verse. We have memorized this verse. He will have a spiritual vision. He will see everybody as soul, as part and parcel of Krishna, spirit soul, not on the bodily platform. So he's neither working on the bodily platform nor seeing people on the bodily platform. So he will have a very advanced, elevated, detached vision for himself and for people and for world. He uses everything in relation to Krishna. Like Prabhupada uses everything in relationship to Krishna. He would not see that somebody is a like people used to call them malechas or chandal or meat eater or alcoholic or even drug addicts. He just saw how they can be used in service of Krishna. So he sees people with equal vision. So he does not discriminate, does not create differences. Most people on bodily platform actually create difference. They create more differences between people. That's why all these wars and all these problems happen, all this terrorism happen, because they use the somehow, without, like Mataji was saying, without knowledge, everything is phonetic. So they, without their proper knowledge, they just use things to, they create divide between people. But actually, the sages have equal vision. So they bring people together. They see the reality of people, that in reality, they're all part and parcels of Krishna. There is no difference. Externally, although they may have different etiquette, different bodies will demand different etiquettes. So with the female body, you will not just indiscriminately act however you want. You will have proper etiquette with the female gender, or with the sannyasi, or with the brahman, right? You will have or with a child, you will speak and behave a little bit differently. If you have two kids, let's say, one is in first grade and one is in 10th grade. So it's not like you will buy the same type of books for both of them. You will buy different type of books for both of them, because they have different caliber. So you will behave suitably with each person. So not differently, but suitably, in a way that suits that body, right? So you can, for example, embrace a cow, but you cannot embrace a tiger. So you will behave suitably according to the body in which they are, but understanding always that they are all parts and parcels of Krishna, and never try to hurt anyone, never try to put down anyone. In fact, treat everyone with service, kindness, like that, understanding that they're all part and parcels of Krishna. And what can we do for them that is the best possible? So best possible treatment of them. And sometimes running away from them may be the best possible treatment, like in case of a lion. But this is the spiritual vision of a wise person. So he understands, he is in complete knowledge. So sameness, equanimity, all this are his characteristics. And then Krishna gives more qualities of this person. He's so such a person is flawless because he's on divine platform. He's on Brahmastita. Krishna uses the word Brahma Bhuta, Brahmastita, Brahmavit, or a sthir buddhi, right? Like a sober person, fixed up in intelligence, steady intelligence. He does not get distracted from the path of yoga. And he does not rejoice on achieving something pleasant or laments upon achieving something unpleasant. So he's fixed in dualities. So when dualities of the world happen, something good or bad happens, which will happen. And when we are acting in this world, so when Krishna says work with renunciation, you should know that when we work, there will be something good or bad that comes out of it. And we have to just take it in our stride. In the course of our work, in the course of our professional work, family work, something good or bad will come out. That is the nature of this world. Something good or bad will come out. But that good and bad just has to be taken in our stride. It is part and parcel of being in this material world. So don't lament and don't over rejoice and get very arrogant, or lord it over people when something positive happens like that. So such a person is situated in transcendence. Okay, last 10 verses. Can somebody read the next five?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes.
Text 21. Such a liberated person is not attracted to material sense pleasure, but is always in trance, enjoying the pleasure within. In this way, the self realized person enjoys unlimited happiness, for he concentrates on the Supreme. Text 22. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end, so the wise man does not delight in them. Text 23. Before giving up this present body, if one is able to tolerate the urges of the material senses and check the forces of desire and anger, he is well situated and is happy in this world. Text 24. One whose happiness is within, who is active and rejoices within, and whose aim is inward, is actually the perfect mystic. He is liberated in the Supreme, and ultimately he attains the Supreme. Text 25. Those who are beyond the dualities that arise from doubts, whose minds are engaged within, who are always busy working for the welfare of all living beings, and who are free from all sins, achieve liberation in the Supreme. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is easy. So Krishna is further talking about a liberated person. He's now coming to the most gross platform of sense control. So sense control is the basic minimum requirement to become detached from this world. It is the first step in detachment. So we have to detach ourselves from the material sense pleasure. And Krishna says that they are the source of misery. We memorize this verse also. So they understand that this is the biggest, this is the first trap of conditioned souls that they are enjoying through their senses. So contact with material senses just brings miseries, just brings entanglement. They have beginning and an end. We discussed in detail about the difference between spiritual versus material pleasures. So wise man does not take delight in them. So basically, he's in control of his senses. He's a Goswami, master of his Swami or master of his Go, meaning senses. He's a Swami or Goswami. He is not controlled by those senses. He's not a victim of those senses. He's the controller of his senses. And then Krishna gives a very clear instruction that before giving up this present body, one should learn to tolerate the urges of the senses. And then he also comes to the subtle platform. Senses are the gross platform. Mind is the subtle platform. So even the forces of desire and anger should be controlled. And sense control is the first step. When we start controlling our senses, then some of the anger and desires goes down also. But again, sense and mind control go hand in hand. So this person will become happy in the world. So, and this person rejoices within. So his pleasures are not external. So for conditioned souls, for Baddha Jiva, they enjoy outside. Their pleasures are outside of themselves. So through their body, through the things or objects of this world, sense objects, the vishayas of this world, they want to engage with those things. That's what brings them happiness. But for this yogi person, learned person, their joy is within, inside. They rejoice within. His aim is inward. So he's connected to the Paramatma inside. He's connected to the super soul. He's chanting the holy names. He's taking delight in the name, form, qualities, pastimes of the Lord, meditating on them, smaranam like Prahlad, or reading the scriptures and taking delight in these verses, these words of Krishna. And so he's not very much uh, distracted outside by the outside things or tempted by anything. And ultimately, such a person will attain the supreme. And so such a person, again, same thing. He's beyond the dualities, right? He's very fixed up. So he does not have many doubts or misgivings. Okay. His mind is fixed up, his intelligence, his senses are fixed up. He does not have misgivings or doubts. And such a person will be able to work for the welfare of all living beings. So we discussed this point in great detail, that such a person is one who's qualified to do the to provide welfare for all living beings. So other people are also engaged in welfare, no doubt, but they are more on the bodily platform, which is fine, which is okay temporarily, and it helps, but it is not the greatest help. It is not the topmost help. And that help is also needed. Material or physical help is needed, no doubt. But those people should not say that spiritual help is a waste of time or something. So just because you have enough money with which you do charities, you should not say that temples are useless, or this spiritual knowledge is of no use, and I'm the one who can do the greatest good. No, you're doing good, no doubt. You're doing good. You're okay, but you're not doing the greatest good. So greatest good is ultimately on the spiritual platform. So you're okay with the resources given by Krishna. You're able to support other people to some extent through the money that he gave you, through the talent or resources, or through your family, through your heritage, whatever you may be able to support to some extent. But first of all those things also came from Krishna. Secondly, you're not the doer. Thirdly, you cannot take credit for whatever is being done that was sanctioned by Krishna. And most importantly, that's not the greatest good, anyways. So those people have no right to negate the spiritual welfare done by the spiritualists of this world, like Prabhupada. There is just no comparison. So yes, you can give some physical temporary reliefs to the body. Ultimately, that jiva that you gave some relief to will again come back. The greatest good is when you can help the person to get rid of the cycle of birth and death. So if anybody, you will get a lot of arguments from people of this world about the value of spiritualists versus their contribution versus, oh, look at me, my contributions to this world. Look what I have done. What has Prabhupada done, or what has these other spiritualists or sages have done? They don't have anything to contribute. I'm the one doing a lot of charity and all this. So then you should know where Krishna says that the greatest welfare can actually be done by this person. Okay, last 4 verses. Anybody wants to read?
I can read, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
Those who are free from anger and all material desires, who are self-realized, self-disciplined, and constantly endeavoring for perfection, are assured of liberation in the Supreme in the very near future. 27 and 28. Shutting out all external sense objects, keeping the eyes and vision concentrated between the two eyebrows, suspending the inward and outward breaths within the nostrils, and thus controlling the mind, senses, and intelligence, the transcendentalist aiming at liberation becomes free from desires, fear, and anger. One who is always in this state is certainly liberated. 29. A person in full consciousness of me, knowing me to be the ultimate beneficiary of all sacrifices and austerities, the Supreme Lord of all planets and demigods, and the benefactor and well-wisher of all living entities, attains peace from the pangs of material miseries. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So this is Krishna is winding up now. So Krishna is saying, so a learned person should be like this. Okay, these should be his qualities. He says one way of achieving detachment from the senses, from the sense object, from the mind, is to perform Ashtanga Yoga. So 27 and 28 describe the steps of Ashtanga Yoga. So we discussed this in detail, the various limbs, the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, pratyahara and dhyan. So he's saying how to focus, how to sit in dhyan, dharana, how to control your pran, so pranayam, all these things he describes. But then in the end, he says, but the best thing, the easiest thing to understand is, and this is the greatest wisdom, the topmost knowledge that you should understand. And if you have this knowledge, then Karma Yoga becomes a breeze, it becomes very easy, is that I am the ultimate enjoyer of everything, right? So, of all the sacrifices and austerity. So, all the karma should also be done for the Supreme Lord. I am the Lord of everything. I am the Sarvalok Maheshwaram of all the demigods, all the planets, all the creations. And you, all of you already gave various sources that say this, so many other places, so many other scriptures. I am the enjoyer and beneficiary, and I am the benefactor. Beneficiary means I am the enjoyer, and benefactor means I am the only one who is ultimately capable of being your friend. So other people can be friends, but I'm the ultimate, the topmost friend that a jiva can have. And Sakshi Mataji very nicely mentioned how Krishna is the supreme friend that we have forgotten about. And life after life, we just maintain that forgetfulness, whereas Krishna does not forget. And he keeps accompanying us life after life as Paramatma in different bodies. So I'm the supreme friend, he says. And once you understand that I'm the supreme Lord and your best friend, then you should have peace. Then what is there to worry about? So do everything for me, basically. So that makes Karma Yoga easy to perform once you understand you're doing it for me because I'm the beneficiary. So then whatever result comes, why do you worry? Because I will take care of it. So this is our chapter 5. Thank you everyone for reading. Any questions, realizations? Next time we'll try to do the quiz. And I think all of you on today's call should be able to ace it. Because I already made the quiz and I already mentioned all the things that I have in the quiz. So any realizations or questions anybody wants to share? Any other realizations?
Mataji.
Yes.
Namaste, Mataji. So I couldn't get a chance to come yesterday.
Prabhuji, we
It was
missed you so
very,
much. I kept saying,
yes,
like, Namita Mataji, Pooja Mataji, and Ramchandra Prabhu. I wish they were here. They have such perfect mood, and they would have enjoyed this festival immensely.
yes, Mataji, but it is very, very good thing. And
So,
it was a 1 month plan, Mataji, but even though Krishna, yeah, last time I said, still I did not get confident on Krishna. Maybe that is the reason, Mataji. It was a very bad situation on Friday.
Yeah.
So
How are you feeling, Prabhu? Feeling okay?
now it's good. Okay, Mataji. I'm getting some fever on and off.
Yeah. No,
So,
if you were
yeah.
sick, it was not, it was very hot.
Oh, yes, Mataji,
Very hot.
that's one.
Yeah. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
You're not feeling.
That is,
You-
yeah. Another, Mataji, last time you said I was trying to search Sarva Dharman Parityaja. That
Oh,
sloka you explained three. Yeah. Could you please share those links? I will go through them.
yes. Yes, Prabhuji. I forgot to
Yeah.
share. I'll share. I just
Yeah. Yeah.
wanted to share with everyone here. I don't use my WhatsApp. I actually don't have it on my phone anymore. So I just access it once every 2, 3 days on my laptop. So if you have something urgent, please just text or call. It's just trying to reduce on my phone usage and just trying to decrease the clutter and number of distractions that are there. So WhatsApp has become a big source of distraction with so many groups and things. So that's why I'm not accessing it except on the laptop. This is a practice that's followed by some of the other devotees also. So I thought I'll try it. And I like it so far. So,
Also,
so
maybe
yes,
I'm thinking this Jackson Memphis Krishna group, we can put a message there and get all those people just transferred to the Hare Krishna, because I think that is redundant to have two those groups.
sure. Yes, okay. Yes, I just wanted to put this out in case somebody's trying to reach me on WhatsApp. I don't want you to get offended or think that I'm neglecting to respond. It's just that I have not seen it probably.
and
But yes,
Mataji,
Prabhuji,
also,
I'll
if you
send it.
can share the list of those 25 verses, that's the next goal, right? 25 verses by
Yes,
Janmashtami. Can
yes,
you also share that,
yes. I
please?
shared it before, but I think everybody wanted the 2.69 added to it. So,
Okay, okay.
so I will remove that some verse, one of the verses, and add that one.
What is that 2.16, Mataji? You
Uh,
added
you
recently?
wanted it, right? Vishya vinivartante niraharasya dehina rasvarjam rasopyasya param drishtva
Oh,
nivartante.
yeah, 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 yeah.
That's 2.69, right? Or am I quoting it wrong?
No,
Yes, yes, Mataji.
2.59,
Oh,
Mataji,
59.
2.59.
Okay, okay, I'm sorry. 2.59. I'm sorry. 2.59. I have memorized all of these up to 70, so I
Yes, yes,
keep
Mataji.
confusing
I
them.
noted
But
down.
yeah,
We can add Mataji 2.61 also. That's very nice verse, that Tani Sarvani Samyama
I
Yuktasi
know, it is.
Matpara.
It is, Mataji. There are so many.
Vash
That's why I'm saying second chapter has all of these. My mom has actually memorized. That's the first verse she memorized, 2.61. But we
yeah.
don't have, we don't, I
And
wanted to
Vashehi
keep
Yasya
it,
Indriyani Tasya Pragya Pratishtita. Mataji, Pragya Pratishtita, you always
how
emphasize.
about, I know. How about you do these for your 50? Okay. You keep them as your extra. Okay. But 25 will keep the most important verses.
Okay,
Is that okay? Because it'll be
Yes.
difficult
okay,
otherwise
Mataji.
to have equal distribution between different chapters.
All right,
I know
Mataji.
all of you are very scholarly, but some people may not be able to. So I want them to at least have few verses from each chapter memorized. And then for 50, we can add these.
Okay, Mataji.
And then the day will come when you are aiming for 100 or something. So then we will definitely have all these.
That seems too much.
No, that's why I'm getting confused because I'm at that point and I'm struggling. And this 2.50 to 72, I'm trying 71, I'm trying to do all of these. So I keep getting confused between them because there are so many where Krishna says Tasya Pragya Pratishtita or Sthita Dharmo Niruchyate. So I'm getting
Yes,
confused a lot
yes.
now. I have like tied up in knots with different verses. But yeah, I'll send it. The ultimate thing is I'll send it, tweak it a little and send it. And I'll send the classes that Ramchandra Prabhu wanted. What else? Okay, so shall we stop? We'll do Kahoot next time. I'm hoping that all of you can ace it. And please don't miss that class because you'll be at top contenders for that quiz. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. Very, very grateful to each and every one of you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Manchu Bhakti
Jai.
Rupesya Kripa Sindhubhyaya Vacha Patita Nam Pavadibhyo
Chakatimanam
Vaishnavibhyo
Bhavameshu
Namo Namah.
Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha.
Hare
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Pranam.